Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litza and this is Coco, and today is our CAL 2023 March reveal. Before we start, I'll give Coco her little morning tea because I know she's looking at it and she's very excited. So here it is here, a little bit of chicken for her. She is ready to go down and enjoy that, so I'll just pop her down. Oh, she's very eager this morning. Okay, there we go. So let's get started. Hope you're all well, as excited as I am, so that we can reveal all of March's colours and our new stitch. So let's get started by looking at our spectacular Sydney March. There we are there. It is the famous Mardi Gras. Everyone gets so excited this time of the year. There is a lot of festivities and celebrations and colour everywhere. Now, if you like sparkle, this is the month for you. I've certainly got all my sparkle yarns out and I'm going to be incorporating them somehow into this month's blanket. So a little bit longer. There are so many gorgeous colours, every colour of the rainbow basically, which means that whichever colours we pick out of our box, any shade that you've got is going to be perfect, any colour palette, any tone. So I'm so excited about this month. I guess that's pretty much long enough for all of you to have a little, look at all the different colours. So I will just pop our little calendar down. Now, as usual, I've got our little box ready to put our colour choices in. I'm going to use a little prop here. Hopefully it'll bring up the box a little bit higher. Oh, perfect. So I've already taken the liberty, as always, to have a little look at the colours beforehand so that I can pop them into the box. So let's get started with our choice of colours. We definitely saw green in there, so let's pop that one in there. Now, as I'm folding them up, I'm so excited to be seeing everybody's blankets grow. Red, there was definitely red in there, and I can't wait for this month's edition. Blue, lots of beautiful blues in there. Yellow, absolutely every color of the rainbow. I think I should have just put one in there that said rainbow. Tan, lots of tanned legs in that one, in that photo. Purple, love purple. I know there's a lot of purple lovers out there as well, not just me. There was black in there. And we also saw white. Now, as I said, this is a perfect opportunity to use your sparkle yarns. I've certainly got mine out ready to go, so let's see how we go with that. Now, let's choose our 3 colours, and then I will give you the wild card colour. Are we ready? Shake, shake, shake. Oh my goodness, this is actually my favourite part. Okay. Blue, for all the blue lovers. Love it. Tan. And tan can be like a cream or a beige. And green. Perfect. So let's move this away out of the way. So we've got green, tan, blue, and our wild card colour for the month of March is going to be pink. Now, I know there's a lot of pink lovers out there, including our lovely Sam from Manfus Makes, and I figure since it's her birthday month, how appropriate, and also all that sparkle. I think she will enjoy that. I certainly am. So let's recap. Tan, green, blue, and the wild colour pink. So that's for everyone that's just creating their own little blankets. For example, the corner to corner, or Sophie's Universe, or Granny Square, whatever you're making, they're the colours to incorporate. And any of you that are doing the stitch sampler blanket along with me, this month's stitch will be the double crochet, and of course in US terminology. Now, the reason why I've chosen that stitch is because it'll make sure that all our V stitches are stretched out perfectly, and it'll set us up for the next stitch that's coming across. So now for those of you who are doing the stitch sample blanket, I will show you how, excuse me, my eyes watering. I will show you how I put the double crochets on. So just a couple of little tips for anyone that might need them. A lot of you don't need this, and I know, you're all expert crocheters, which is amazing. But for some of us, we might just need a little recap. So this is the little sample that I used from last month. So basically, we've done all our V-stitches, and now this is what I do to make sure that I get the right stitch count. So here's my blanket, just a little recap where I'm at the moment. So what I've done is I've made sure in my head that I always know that I've got 182 stitches, because that was my original stitch count. And I went and to have a little check before I get started on my double crochets, I count each and every V-stitch. And I will show you on the little stitch sampler to make it easier, because it's a little bit, easier to hold. So every V-stitch counts for 3 double crochets. So if you keep that in your mind, so for example, with our little sampler here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 sixes are 18, and 1 double crochet at each end gives us 20. So we need to make sure that we have 20 double crochets on this. So how do we do that? Some of you may have 1 double crochet at one end and 2 at the other. That makes no difference whatsoever, because all you need to remember is to put a double crochet on every double crochet on either end. And then for every V-stitch, you will put a double crochet on the 2 double crochets that create the V, and in the middle we always have a chain space. So around that chain space you will put 1 more double crochet. So there's your 3 double crochet for each V-stitch. So here we would have 1 double crochet at the end, 3 for the V, that's 4, another 3, 7, none in between. There are no chains in between the V's, so don't make that little mistake and get caught out and put them there. So 1, and then 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, all the way across until you get to the end. If you have 2 double crochets there, put 2 double crochets there. What I highly recommend that you do, which is exactly what I do, when you've done that first row of your double crochets on top of your V's, go ahead and take that little bit of time to count each and every stitch. As always, please, have some stitch markers. Keep them on the end so that you don't drop a stitch, because it's even easier to drop a stitch when they're all identical. So be mindful of that. This is why I take the time to start off by counting my V stitches in this instance, remembering that there's 3 per V stitch, and if I have 1 or 2 at either end double crochets, my little soldiers, then I add them. So for example, I've got 60 V's, which is 180 stitches, plus 2 double crochet, 1 at either end, and there's my 182 starting chain. So I will now take the time to make sure that after I've put the first row in, I will count each and every double crochet. I'll make sure my stitch markers are on the end, and then I can continue with X amount of rows. I'm doing 12, so that's how many I'll be adding to my blanket this month. And I know a lot of you are, doing 8, which is what we originally started with. And whatever number in between you choose. Some people are going by measurement, like for example 5 inches per month. Whichever way you've started or you want to continue with your blanket, because let's be real, we can tweak it along the way as well. It is our blanket. So I am very, very excited with the color choices. I have got all my sparkly yarn out, and I can see that I can already incorporate some of them into this blanket straight away. I might have to use an 8-ply with some of these, because it is a very thin yarn, but that's going to be part of the fun, working out how to do that. And as we said, the double crochet is in US terminology. I know that all of you know how to make a double crochet by now, all our newbies, because we've used it to create our V-stitches. If you have any questions, as always, please do not hesitate to contact me either via email, comments down below, or, you know, on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please share any progress photos that you wish, or some of you might just want to send us a photo at the very end. It's all up to you. But let me just remind you that when we finish adding March to our blanket, we are 1/4 of the way there. How amazing is that, that we've going to have 1/4 of our project done, and it's going to only be the beginning of February. Now, our next stitch and colors will be coming out in 2 weeks' time, which is the 18th of February. So be mindful of that. Mark it in your little calendar. I will give you little reminders along the way. So enjoy. I cannot wait to see how many of you actually incorporate some sparkle yarn in there, glitter yarn, tinsel yarn, anything that sparkles, because Mardi Gras is all about party, not just in Sydney, Australia, but all over the world. So, you know, that's if you like sparkle yarn. There's absolutely no pressure to do that. It is your project after all. But I know that I was very excited to think that I could incorporate, you know, some of that sparkle in my blanket. So I hope you all have a beautiful weekend, because it is the start of the weekend for most of us. Get some great crocheting time in. I am now going to quickly gather my yarn, because I cannot wait to get started, and I will make sure that I put all the colors in the description box. But as always, you can refer to the video if you need to. So tan, blue, green, wild color, pink, and March's stitch double crochet for those that are creating the stitch blanket with me. So again, if you need a little recap, always remember, each V-stitch has 3 double crochet, and all your soldiers at the end get a double crochet as well. Happy crocheting, everyone. I cannot wait to see your Cal's progress for March, and I shall see you all very, very soon in another video. Bye-bye, everybody.